daydream, another nightmare. I wanna lie, I wanna lie, I wanna lie. Blind me down.
Hi, everybody. Zero people here right now. It's always nice to have zero people on a live stream. That's my favorite kind of live stream. But has anybody fucking heard this fucking amazing song? Good lord, all zero. It's fucking amazing song. A friend of mine, I think, sent it across to me a few years ago, and I cannot forget this song, man. It's fucking crazy. It's called Hot Dreams by Timber. And it's fucking crazy because it's got this thing. It's gonna happen now, I think. Yes. Life becomes better with this one. A lot better. Okay. Do any of you really listen to jazz music at all? I don't know if this is proper jazz. This is jazz. Good lord. Top that. Oh fuck. Oh man. That song's so cool. It's so good. I was thinking about something recently. I was like thinking about excuse me. That's vitamin C. I was thinking about commentary in general. I think I was thinking about how strange thing about filmmaking actually, which I was recently pondering over and was kind of also thinking about, and I was like, maybe I'll write it down. But instead of writing it down, I can also talk to somebody about it. Send the music link in the comments. Definitely doing that, and it's fucking amazing. Definitely listen to this song. It's beautiful. It's called Hot Dreams, and the lines are. I okay, actually, I'm not gonna tell you the lyrics. It's got a great crescendo, in the end. And no, so this is the idea. Side. I was thinking about art films, like films, certain films and certain voices in a film. Like so, okay, where do I need to begin? Okay, filmmakers or like films have voices. Like Rohit Shetty has a voice that is visible in a film in his films. Like he has a commercial jumped up voice that is present in his films that could kind of be more prominent on a certain kind of humor, or about like people getting frustrated and people getting rich suddenly and going poor suddenly, and that kind of a very Priyadarshan kind of humor voice that is always kind of present, and how Rohit Shetty kind of becomes at some point becomes when he gained power, and as his films gained power, in a sense that when they got bigger, in terms of finance, in terms of their presence, in terms of celebrity value, uh, his film started to contain that. I don't know if anybody notices this or whatever, but this is a present thing with everything. Like this is just how things work, I guess. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Golmaal 3, I think, ends just because Rohit Shetty comes in, and that's the end of Golmaal 3. It's like a huge plot event is happening, and Rohit Shetty walks into the airport, and he's just like, Rohit, roko sab kuch, and like Kareena Kapoor and all these actors are just going Rohit, and they stop, and that's kind of becomes his voice. Then he does Simba, and then he does Singham and Simba, and then Singham. Once Singham is set as big, then Simba is like a homage, like a tribute to Singham, because Simba literally the story becomes a universe of itself. Of course, like I think Avengers or whatever, Marvel or whatever, wherein like Simba is put in this huge problem in the end of his film, and he just can't come out of it. So Singham walks in, and he's not been a part of the story whatsoever. He just barges in, and he's like, "Now I'm." Everybody just is supposed to know that this guy's gonna fucking kill it. As soon as he comes in, everything's gonna be fine. And I think that's a very, superhero thing to do. And I think he just creates that. And then he was doing Suryavanshi, which I assume was just like, oh, now it's Captain America, Infinity, whatever, like Iron Man and the other good guys, and all these people are now in this. Basically, like this, like the last sequence of Om Shanti Om kind of thing, where like everybody just walks in, all cool boys and all this. You're just very happy to see all these celebrities, and you're like, fuck, celebrities, that's so cool. They do not expect them to be here. It's it's just that's one tonality of voice, and then there is a completely different side of I think voices that exist in stories. I feel which is possibly the more the off-ski versions of the voice, like the filmmaking, which is like which is mostly the art house filmmakers, where people do not have people present something to you in a frame, and you go assess this. I'm sitting here, and I'm just gonna sit here and look at me, and imagine, judge me for whatever you might want to judge, and I won't tell you why I'm sitting here, or I won't tell you exactly what to do. And I feel like that's one different tonality to the thing. Hi Aditya, hey, hello, hi. I'm a big fan of you as well. What do you think about Tenet? I have not seen Tenet. I have no idea. Tenet's supposed to come out. Is this might be a sequel to Inception, just a standalone flick? Yeah, no idea. I don't follow up on much on that much personally. Um, I don't know if it comes out, and if I watch it, and if I have anything to say about it, I may be able to. I don't know about the hype, honestly. I just have heard the name, and I've kind of seen the trailer a while ago, but I don't know much about that. Yeah, sorry, digressing. Uh, yeah, no. So the other voice being very this very thing where a creator presents to you something that is existing, and is possibly their true rendition of what might be present, and they want to be shifting that narrative still a certain way. It doesn't mean that this guy is just going to be sitting here for 2 hours, but that his story will move. You just will have to assess for yourself. You will have to make up your own mind about what the story is and how you want, which is more less deliberate looking art or something, or yeah, like more realistic art or something like that. There's two different sides of art, which is Rohit Shetty on one side, this possibly on the other side, and this tonality of voice consistently existing kind of. And I feel like in some of the stuff that I do, which is not a lot of stuff, but whatever little that I do, that I am doing, there is never a decided voice. It's always kind of a mix of that. Like I always try to like make sure that you know what is happening. Like I should I'm not trying to if I'm trying to tell a story, then the story should have a beginning, middle, and end. You should know about the beginning, middle, and end, and that's what a story is, and that's always going to be the case. It's just how much should I tell you, and that pushing in a lot of Indian content has a lot of pushing value. Like I can tell you an idea, which would be, oh, what if a guy meets a girl and then he falls in love, and then everything goes wrong because the guy gets poor, or I don't know, whatever. And if I tell you this, and if the film is consistently telling you this literally by saying मैं poor हो गया, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता, या फिर मुझे प्यार हो गया है, मैं क्या करूं? Like if that's one that tonality is followed more in Indian content, and it is kind of appreciated here. It's kind of felt like it kind of feels more comforting, because the person is literally telling you. You do not need to think at all. You do not need to think about what this guy is going to be doing. You don't want to. You don't need to know. You don't need to think about whether he's in love or not. You will be told. So you can kind of rely on that, and I feel like people just prefer that in Indian context. Not Indian, not necessarily the whole of India, of course, but the majority of number-wise, a majority of people. So that is kind of a tonality difference, and I feel I was watching. Why I'm talking about this now is because I was recently watching my brother watch a cricket match, and I was thinking about how he's watching cricket, and he watches cricket a lot, and I felt like a lot of people watch cricket a lot, and I watched cricket at some point, and there is this commentator who's just speaking so hard, like he's just so excited about what's happening, and this guy is just playing something, and he kind of, I think he goes for a 4 or something, or he's trying to go hit a 6, and he's almost about to be caught, and was about to yeah, it was supposed to be a wicket, but he did not catch it, and he was like, will he get it this time or not? something like that, like some kind of a narrative around that was running, and they were creating anticipation, they were creating intrigue, they were creating curiosity, they were expressing this idea of, while this man who's doing absolutely nothing is just hitting, he's just hitting a bat, and all you can see if you don't listen to the audio at all is this guy hitting the ball with a bat, and it possibly you can interpret that he's actually hitting six, but the commentator is shouting on the speaker saying, this is a six, and this is amazing that it's a six also, by the way, so you should completely know what this is going to be. This is a six first off, and also I'm excited about it, and that you should be excited about it. And I feel like we don't realize, but that's how we kind of function, is which I don't really, and I'm kind of learning right now. Just thought about that recently. Is that, dude, like reaction videos on YouTube are a huge thing. JB Kwai, or what, I don't know how to pronounce the name. So many people just kind of watch reaction videos, and it's a huge thing. And some people who are not following that might wonder why, and why ASMR, all these, this very new kind of space that is um, that we've realized exists, kind of is this idea of people wanting to be told what to feel, or like people wanting to be told what to think and what to feel, instead of trying to have an opinion about it, or trying to just be assessing it, because that takes more effort from you, right? Like, why would you want to do that? And I just think that's a very interesting space to just, I don't know, just felt like that's quite a cool learning for me, because I just realized that people like to be guided, people like to be guided, or people like to be told, and people like to be, yeah, that, I don't know, people don't want to think about, how should I judge this person, and how should I don't know, that's possibly a very niche audience that would possibly prefer that, including me maybe. Sometimes I would just prefer to be told, but sometimes I would just like for it to be entertaining without being told also. I don't know, I feel like there's this, the Vakar Banerjee person, he used to do amazing stuff with that. Like, he's not telling you all the time about what is happening, and forcing that, taking my time, wasting my time telling me things about what this means, but instead just showing you what is happening. And I feel like I learn out of that, but and I enjoy that, and I get entertained because I'm just watching. I'm not being told what to interpret. I'm just enjoying. I'm just laughing, and I feel like that kind of is killer. Like, it's my favorite kind of stuff. Did you learn filmmaking, or just watch movies and learned it? Neither, actually. Yeah, actually, you could say I watched movies and learned it, but um, I didn't learn filmmaking. I don't know how to answer that, honestly. It's kind of broken into pieces. I did Whistling Woods for 3 months. I was supposed to do a 3-year degree course in Whistling Woods, but I dropped out in a month or 2-3 months or something like that. I didn't go. I basically dropped out. Yeah. And then I went to London to study a little bit of ME, at Met Film School, just to see what kind of standards exist abroad, because I had already tried to do graduate studying. Like, I already tried to study in India 2 times before that. Like, I dropped out 2 times. I'd also tried DMM, and then I dropped out again from college. So I was like, is something wrong with me, or is something wrong with the Indian education system, or I just don't understand why we're doing this. So then I went to London to see if there's something that stuff is different over there, and I actually really enjoyed it. I actually really enjoyed it, and when I went to London, I thought I'll never come back. I just didn't want to come back, honestly, in all honesty. But I couldn't afford that. I had to come back, and I had to come back, and I was, for the next 2 years after coming back, I was just consistently planning how I will be leaving. But I did not leave. I stayed, and I did whatever I could do. And I'm here, kind of still figuring out how to make stuff without having to, without having to abide by things, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that. I didn't watch movies though. I didn't watch a lot of movies, I would say. It's a strange thing. I really don't know. I feel like I actually was also thinking about this specific question, Bharat. Thank you for asking. I was actually thinking about this because it's not that I wouldn't have watched movies and learned. Obviously, you have to, that's where you grasp everything from. But at the same time, why I enjoy working on movies, or like making movies more than, and in fact, yeah, making movies more than even watching movies, or even listening to filmmakers or reviews, or studying movies, or any of that, is because in the way that I'm kind of making films, and I have been making films, it has always been that I kind of made a stupid film, and then I did not realize it was stupid until it was made, and then I shit, I thought about that, and I was like, cool, let me try and make a better one. And that's been like 8 years of that. Like, that's how I'm functioning, is just make something stupid, realize that this was actually not worth it, and then you keep changing that, and then till the time that it feels like you have kind of reached some level of competitiveness to the outside world of films, I guess, or like whatever, direction or whatever else that might be. But dude, that is so cool. I did not know that Aditya, at all. That you never watched other movies at all. That is so cool. That is so cool. I'd love to know about how you do things. Like, maybe you should do like an Instagram live and like know more about you. I've just never like gotten the chance to really speak to you properly. I would love to do that. But yeah, I think just wait. That I think it was just around for a long time trying to figure out. Um, then the mistakes started to reduce and certain things started to come out better, and then that polishing has been what it is. So the only way for me to like make better films is to keep making films, right? And that's why I don't watch as many, I guess. I mean, not that that undervalues anything. I just beat myself up over the fact that I'm not watching enough. But that's also probably because my stakes in here are so high. Like right now, I should be writing Cabin Fever. It is 6 p.m. and I have not been able to figure it out for the past couple of days, a week. I've been in a bad space. I've been trying to figure out a lot of things around that episode. We have the the conversations that have been occurring have mostly been like a chest on my a fucking stone on my shoulder, on my chest. That's how I feel about Cabin Fever at the moment, and I need to rectify something, but at the same time have zero resources. Like I have no answers to the questions that I have, and to answer them is difficult when you're actually just sitting in front of a piece of paper, unless you're of course typing. Just fucking type. That's writing, um, but I've already done that. I've already done that for this draft. So now I've kind of come back to zero and kind of figuring it out. Um, but I'm here and I'm talking and wow, I completely forgot what I was saying. You think young artists are blocked by the current artists? Maybe filmmaking studio artists, music creator. I'm sorry, I'm not. Is that? Can you put commas there, man? You think young artists are blocked by the current artists? Maybe filmmaking studio artists, music creators. I don't know if they're blocked by current artists. No, not really, man. I mean, I don't know. No, man. I mean, look, Aditya is here. They made the best content that exists on the internet in terms of music videos in India, and they started that off pretty much. And there was nothing to support that. It was just them and their idea that got it there. So, I mean, it's always. I don't think they're. I don't. In fact, by the contrary, like Farah Khan can't make anything anymore because she can't, because that's over, or not. That's not over, but like that was a different era, right? And like they decide to whatever. Even the brother Farah, whoever the brother was, also it's difficult to. You need to like really move with the times in that sense, I guess. I don't really know. Like maybe people. I don't know how it. I mean, how it feels to be old is something that we'll only know when we're older, I guess, right? So maybe because there's this charm that happens, this like sparkle of like sparkling light that falls on certain people for a few years, and then it feels like, oh, there was this shining light that existed with this person, but they don't shine anymore. Sounds like an amazing pop song, by the way. They don't shine anymore. Fuck. Thanks. Uh, Stop by. In the sense, stopped from getting into the market? I doubt it, dude. No, dude, no, I don't think so. I mean, really, music creators, no, I mean, even for that matter, Ritviz or Pratik Kohad, or I mean, there's so many, man. There's so many. In fact, musicians did not have a space till a decade ago. I didn't think Indian independent music was a thing till probably Weekender really happened. I mean, it was, but it was very niche. It was happening only in Raspberry Rhinoceros and whatever, Juhu, small clubs and shit. But now it's a thing. Like independent music is a thing, I guess. Rap, hip hop came into India as a proper thing. It was, I'm sure, even before this. But comedy, none of this existed at the scale that it does, and it was not given as much importance till it was now. And also, I assume that will be ever changing. So things move, I guess. And I really don't think so. If you just, um, yeah, if you have something to say and you know how to, you need to figure out how to say it. You try saying it. If it comes out right, great. If it doesn't come out right, you learn. Hey man, been a fan of your stuff. Thank you. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, I started off this live for something, and I'm gonna play it again. I was listening to Timber Timber by Hot Dreams. Sorry, I was listening to Hot Dreams by Timber Timber. I don't know if it's called Timber Timber or Timbre or Timbre. I don't know how you pronounce it, but a friend of mine introduced me to the song a few years ago, and I keep listening to it once in a while. And today I was humming it, and I was like, dude, need to play it. and it's got a lovely music video as well. So I'm playing it, and I'm playing the second half of the song, not the whole thing, because it's got this.
Fly me down in your stream. I wanna wait, I wanna wait, I wanna wait from hot dreams. I wanna wake from hot dreams of you, babe. I wanna wake from hot dreams of you, babe.
Okay, I can talk now. Sorry, I just don't want to ruin the song. Yeah, hi. Yeah, I know you since DLP days. Hello, hi. Yes, I did read this. What are you working on currently? Are you creating independently? What am I working on currently? I was working a little bit on Cabin Fever Part 3 and I was pitching for a commercial or two. I've been pitching for commercials for a while. Abhi tak they haven't come through. So I'm doing things. I was making music a little bit and I was trying to figure out. Are you creating independently? Yeah, I guess. There's a bunch of stuff that DLP was supposed to do, but because of the pandemic, we're kind of broken here and there. Um, but broken in the sense of we're not independently broken at all, pretty much. We're all just broken as in separated, gone different ways. And I think Ayush Agarwal just texted me, in fact, saying, "Hello, good sir," and I'm supposed to, I'll try and get on a call with him. Um, weren't you associated with TVF? I wasn't associated with TVF ever. No. I was only doing I only was. Um, I was doing one call today. Anytime you're free, I'm gonna be home mostly. Yes, I will reply to you, Ayush. I don't know. You're not here. Okay. Uh, are you? Yeah, I wasn't associated with TVF. I did one show for them called Insiders, TVF's Insiders, which I co-wrote and then directed. Co-wrote it with DLP and then edited it also with DLP for about 2 years of my life, from 2015 to 2017. Uh, and that's up on MX Player and TVF Play. But and then we did one, and then I think that kind of made it very like got us very. It was a very difficult experience for us as like 18, 19 year olds, and I think we kind of went through a bunch. So we took a while to just like heal out of it, I guess, and then we made this short film called Kanaka in 2018 with them. Also, mostly a lot of the intention there also was to kind of uh, help ties like the things that had kind of gone wrong in that process, trying to like recover from there. But I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know how to make short films in India at the moment. Like I would, the next time I make a short film, I'd probably do it independently and go outside of India with it, because in India I don't know how to make short films for India right now. Like the short films that work in India, I don't understand right now. I try hard and they just don't make sense. I mean, why would you want to watch a short film that looks like an episode of a thing just looks like any other format? Short films have a format of their own. Like commercials have a format of their own. Like feature films have a format of their own. Short films have a format. But people in India, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I did. I'll have a. I possibly will try and like get. In fact, I was thinking about this that I should possibly speak to Ayush Sarth. Ayush was the DP on Kanika and New Year's Eve, and also as an associate DP on When Chai Met Toast's music video. I will read your comments in a minute. And so Ayush Sarth, who is of course like a co-founder or like whatever like person who's heading DLP with me for a long time. We acted in shit, made shit. He produced stuff for us, like him and maybe Ibad, who of course has been a collaborator for a while, and basically kind of do a Zoom video thing. But I assume like the problem is I won't, we're not going to be sub Sigma 3. Yeah, exactly. Sigma 3 I can't make, and I can't do a bunch of we can't do DLP, the previous, like we can't do that. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. And like, well, never say never types, but I don't know if that is like I think we can do No Means No, and we can do Diwali Money and like these sketches, or like Wolf of Wall Street, or like the later sketches. I think that's something that calls. And I think there were these sketches that we wrote in 2000. Like we were writing these sketches and making. In fact, we made a sketch also at some point, and we didn't release it. That's when we kind of lost complete like faith in YouTube at that time, because it was just like, why are we doing this stuff? Like, we need to do better things with our life, and then we just kind of moved away. Yes, it doesn't. We put on a lot of time to actually make that stuff, and then we need to also learn how to. As in we had to learn how to um, well juice it out correctly, like get people to watch it, or like market it, or learn how to improve your skills, or like do anything else. So we kind of had to like go our ways to be able to do that. And I feel like everybody who is kind of the main people that are involved really want to be able to work along. I really want to work along. So yeah. Listen, man. You made a music video when Chime Toast. Yes, you did. I did. Yes, thank you. Bro, can you please speak on focusing on oneself and work? And I sent you a DM and started was asking a question. I wanted to learn Premiere Pro. Okay. Again, answer that first. Premiere Pro. You want to learn Premiere Pro? Learn Premiere Pro. It's on YouTube, I guess. Like that's how anybody learns, right? I guess. Like Premiere Pro. Maybe there's a course or something. If that's the question, how do you learn Premiere Pro? Learn Premiere Pro on YouTube. Um, and okay. So currently, I ain't in any college. I've gotten a drop for around 2 years, but in those 2 years, I took up creating what came to my mind. Even got two graffitis on Andheri station, one for which I got into trouble. Oh fuck, that's so good. Your advice on getting back on track. Oh shit. Think about think about what you really want to say and how far you can go to say and say it. Like not as words, but I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if these are cognitive. Like I don't know if I decide. I don't know if anybody decides on these things. I think people just make things because they happen. Maybe is what I think. Maybe not like bigger companies and shit. Like then they really think about what is going to happen with everything because they have stakes. But if you're just starting, like if you're just like a person who's making stuff, then make stuff, right? Make stuff. Your the advice on getting back on track is just get back on track. Like make something, then make a mistake, and learn from there. That's what I got right now anyway. Unable to find Sadma link. Maybe I forgot the current name. I was talking about those sketches with Badri and a broom. Badri, there's no Badri, man. That's not TVF. Sadma is with a double S. Maybe you'll find it on Sadma, and you will find it on DLP's YouTube channel called Enter DLP. If you look it up, yeah, it's still there. Um, yeah, the sensibility you guys had was very different from the stuff which works in Indian online ecosystem. Example, short movie of Indian Cupid. That is one of the episodes. Yeah, thank you. It's just what we understand, I guess. I was moved by that one short video you made. It was really cool. Why aren't you going into Bollywood and commercial movies? Uh, well, I don't think you've seen. I don't know, man. Am I not doing it? Bollywood doesn't work like this. Bollywood is not doesn't work like that. I don't know. I want to make that one shot movie properly also. The one that's called Criminal. It's on my YouTube channel, this current YouTube channel actually. We made it just as a thing, like a fun experiment that we were doing. We were very free one day. And in fact, we were not even sure if we should make it at some point. Ankur was just like, I don't know, man, like, should we do this? And it's boring ho gaya hai. And we made it anyway. and I'm glad we did. It was fun. We were almost shot by the police for that. Actually, a police came and like they like pointed the gun at us because we were roaming around an area at that time, which was we were circling around an area because we needed it was supposed to be a one shot, so that area was kind of yeah caught. And also I think Bollywood is more I don't know what Bollywood is. I don't understand Bollywood. I don't know what it is. I would love to make movies and I'd love to make commercial movies. I love commercial movies, like good commercial movies. uh, there's a lot of bad commercial movies, majority of bad commercial movies, but some really good commercial movies. Bareli ki barfi. Hey Pranav, I love your work. Amazing stuff. What made you drop out from Muslim Woods? Um, as you mentioned in your previous stream, what did your parents think about it? Thank you, man. Um, what made me drop out from Muslim Woods? I wasn't sure. So the thing is, I feel like this was a conversation that I think I'll have to have for the rest of my life now. I guess just that's what you get. I guess I don't know. But Whistling Woods I quit because I think Whistling Woods is for people from first off possibly not from Mumbai, not from the city that I live in at the moment, and also for people who don't know anything about filmmaking or not really know anything about the film industry, if that's a thing, and they come to Whistling Woods to be able to understand the norms and machinery that is filmmaking, that the idea of how the industry functions or how teams function and how filmmaking functions and why certain things are a certain way. But when you're making movies, and I was making movies at the time already, like this is 2014, and I'd already been making short films. I'd made a web show which is like seven episodes long called Crimson in 2012. When like I don't even know, it was we were making stuff at that time already. And when I walked into Whistling Woods, they said we are not allowed to make movies because they literally said it's not in my I was not allowed to make a short film that I wanted to make at that time. And I was called to the coordinator's room, and they were like, "You short films are not in your curriculum, so no." And they would just take up all my time anyway. They would just be sitting in a class for the longest time, and that the opportunity and the teaching was not fun. It was more just a bunch of scared teachers who were teaching you to be scared, I guess. And I got annoyed, I guess. I mean, they were just like intimidating you by being strict, but it wasn't really teaching you anything that was of value, or it didn't feel like it was of value in those 2 3 months at least. And maybe it would have, like they kept saying that it would have gotten way better if I stayed there for 1.5 years or something. But why would I spend 1.5 years? I made a short film right after that, and we have an award that is kept for this short film that we made called The Wrong Direction. But right after I that's kind of when I stopped going to college altogether, is when I made that short. So yeah, it's mostly and what my parents thought about it. Well, they were not okay with it, obviously, and I think my mother was really traumatized by that fact. That not traumatized, but like she was very opposed to that idea of me not doing completing college. And the promise, in fact, was that I will complete college. I will quit Whistling Woods and I'll go to another place and study. But I did not do that because I tried, and then the other place also was felt stupid. So again, I feel like maybe something was wrong with me. I don't know, but people who are teaching you and people who are studying both need an incent in like need like for me at least it feels like why are you doing something, why are you teaching if you do not want to teach. Don't teach if you don't know how, if you're not interested in not just teach but teaching, but not just the egoistic factor like the personality factor of teaching, but in fact educating or like getting people to grow. And obviously with this mass like this crazy country that we live in, of course it's not possible for us to have that at all places, so it's very specific then. And I didn't get into a college that would allow me to in fact, I was not even interested at some point personally. Honestly, I never found. I didn't understand it. That's why. So my parents were not okay with it. And then I tried the second time, and then I tried a BMM thing, and that didn't work out very well. That's also because I started writing while my exams were on. I was to be writing my web show for TVF. So it was either completing the web show or writing the web show. And after that, I don't think I tried again. I mean, there was but I don't think I right now I don't think that um, it should be problematic. Sorry, yeah. There's it involves carjacking in next level. Plus, the best thing is you all use phones, no equipment, no bullshit, just talent. I don't think we. Yeah, if it involves carjacking, it's called Criminal. That's a short film that's available on my YouTube channel. It's not shot on a phone. It's shot on my camera. It's a DSLR, like a mirrorless camera. So yeah, it's not shot on the phone, and I don't use only phones. I did use phones during Sadma and very early, but I think I stopped using phones at some point. Could you talk a little bit more about Indian Cupid movie? The actor was really superb, and also the concept. Thank you. This film is called Desi Cupid. It's available on Enter DLP's YouTube channel. Desi Cupid was made for the 48-hour film project challenge for any filmmakers that are out there. It's a great place to experiment and mess around. And I don't know if they're doing it this year, but they usually we did that for about 2 3 years. 3 years. We went and we made a short film. You just they give you 48 hours to make a movie with a very specific set of a, a set genre and a set of lines and characters that you need to use, and you come up with what you want to make. And we made 3 short films like that, and that was fun. And so, in for over 3 years, of course, Daisy Cupid was one of them. That is where met a bunch of talent, in fact. And Saloni, who was one of the people who were kind of working along on that short film, then went on to do Insiders with her. She became like an associate director, slash assistant director, and plus she, of course, co-wrote the whole show. And that was crazy. She became the core team, and that came kind of happened. But in Basic Cupid was specifically an experimental short film. We went on. We were given the superhero genre, and we wanted to make a short film around that. And we were like, I don't know if we were interested in the superhero genre. That was just given to us as a chit thing. And Siddharth Sen, who's the actor who's playing Desi Cupid in that, was just around. He's happy to work along. He was very happy to work along with us at that time. We used to work along a lot. We made this other short film, but he dies in the end also. He was just amazing to work along with. He's got a very specific sensibility, and he can really there was an understanding that we'd already built, and that kind of helps because we already had momentum running. I think that kind of helps when you're doing a contained kind of project. Like if I'm doing a 48-hour project, then I would rather have somebody who I already can work with well, or like have some kind of a rhythm with. Um, so yeah, I think that was Desi Cupid, and we made a short, and it was funny. We decided to go with superhero. What if the superhero is not really a superhero, but a but a strange superhero? What if it is Cupid, in fact? And Cupid is kind of a superhero, but not really, because he's metaphorically just kind of bringing people together, and that's kind of a good thing. But I think we were talking about this Desi Cupid. Desi Cupid is a superhero who is kind of stuck in an old time, Joe, because getting people together as an arranged scenario seemed like a very primitive thought, or a thought not a primitive, but like seemed like the thought of Indians from the previous decade. And I feel like this Cupid came in as an essence of, oh, he does not understand English, so he's not very good with English. This character does not speak English very well, and he also does not. He's in love with old black and white movies and like songs from there, and he's very romantic and all that. But he's kind of losing touch with the current world, and I feel like the filmmakers then become a part, metaphorically become a part of the show, and they decide to of the film, and they decide to, and they're very young and whatever, they're us basically, and they're just talking about they're just talking about how this guy is not giving us any content. He's just so romantic, and he's so we kind of cynical about it, and he becomes he decides to leave on that. And it's just a very small anecdotal fun film that he made for ourselves, I guess. But he's a lovely character, lovely actor, Siddharth Sen, and he's not in Bombay anymore. He left because he didn't get work, so he decided to take a break and pursue something else. And he still loves acting, and he still wants to be able to work more, but opportunities for him were thin. So yeah. What do you feel about Casey Neistat? I don't know anything about. I'm not. I didn't follow much of Casey Neistat. I don't know about him. Of course, he was a great blogger and great filmmaker, and I saw very few videos. But yeah, not yeah. I'm not self-promoting, but I just want you as an individual to rate this, please. I beg. Well, too bad I can't send links. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Any recent movie series you love? I'm watching Better Call Saul. It's great. I was watching Better Call Saul. I will watch Dirk Gently after this, and I just completed watching The Big Short, which was on Netflix, and it's a fun movie. It's about the recession and how some people gained out of it, and it's fun. I just watched it, and I'm proud I could watch a movie at all. I agree with you as someone who's dragged himself through the college and hated the whole experience. Thanks for sharing your story. Thank you, man. Thank you for listening. Thank you for asking. What would you like? Would you like to collaborate on some kind of animated content, short film series, etc.? Yeah, absolutely. There is an intention, and there is I'm heading towards that, but not a short film or a series. A music video, or I am actually already collaborating with somebody on an animated short, which is let's see what comes of that, because we started working on that about 2 months ago, and he's just animating. I only provided the audio and the base of it. He's creating the visuals over it, and a friend and an animator that I know. And let's see how that turns out. And I feel like there's an inclination for animation. Definitely, I really like the idea of animation. No references for anything that I have, but I just love the idea of exploring animation. And I think, yeah, that. Okay, I think this is 40 minutes of good content. I'm getting tired. Uh, there's a thing that I'm trying recently, which is I had matcha. Matcha is like a Japanese herb thing that they kind of you can put it in. It's got a little bit of caffeine in it, and it doesn't give you a coffee kick. It gives you a milder, like longer, like whatever feeling. And then I put in. It tastes terrible, by the way. Tastes absolutely terrible. So I added a little bit of green tea to that, and it was not bad. Helps it. Helps the whole feeling. Um, okay. Hello. Hey, Mick. Oh, fuck. Michelangelo is here. That's crazy. Man, that's so cool. Wow. Hi. And he's, I don't know, he's Italian. And I did check on him during the pandemic, during the um, epidemic that Italy had, I guess. And I think he was fine. Anyway, getting in touch with you, email, Instagram, maybe Instagram. All right, guys. Dungeon Master. No, not right now. But thanks for asking. I think it was fine. I just played the character. I don't know. I didn't do much. It was mostly the creators, Vishwapati Sarkar and Amit Golani, and they did everything. I just was around. Um, yeah. Thank you for joining in, guys. I came in here to play Hot Dreams by Timber